So how'd you grade yourself this spring?
Personally, it went a lot better than last spring, but there's still a lot of room for improvement.
How do you feel like the offense, one of the themes of last season was sort of inconsistency. Do you feel like you guys are getting closer to finding that?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the second year, in this system, being comfortable with the coaches and everything, we continue to strive to build consistency every single day. And, this spring, I think we worked extremely hard at that and took a good step forward.
Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish out here tonight?
Obviously, there's some throws that I want back. Some tip balls that I would like to throw a little bit differently. But overall, I think we came out and had a pretty good day, and really put together a good practice.
Do you think the offense is ahead of where you were at this point last year?
What's that?
Do you think the offense is ahead of where you were at this point last year?
Yeah, for sure. We're second year. Everybody's more comfortable out here, and that just leads to being more consistent, and being able to make decisions quicker, and take the next step.
Did you grow more closer to some of the wide receivers this year? Just with Max looks like he was making those plays all spring for you.
Yeah, he had a great night, and he's worked extremely hard out here. And, he's done just a great job at studying himself on film and picking out things that he can continue to work on. And he obviously showed it tonight that he's put all that work in and made great improvements.
What about Brandon and Amir? How's they come along this year?
Yeah, they continue to work hard every single day as well. They continue to push themselves, and overall, I think that they took a really big step, in the right direction this year.
What does Brandon do that's elevated him to the first stage?
He uses his body well. He's a big guy, and he started to utilize that. So he's super physical, and he's using that to his advantage.
What about Amir? I mean, he's so flashy, but he's capable of making big plays. Is he more consistent?
Oh yeah, I mean. He's always pushing himself. He's always going 100% every single time. So it's just continue to build that focus and build consistency. Yeah, it's one step that everybody's trying to work on, not just receivers.
Is there anything this spring that to get ready for fall camp?
I think as a whole unit, just keep pushing forward. Obviously, we got some young guys coming up. We got some guys coming back too. But I think just getting more comfortable with each other and getting more comfortable in the system, and just relaxing and playing the game, I think is the biggest thing we got to do moving forward.
Thank you.
Yep.
How'd you see the offense coming together this spring as a whole?
I thought it was a lot smoother. Obviously, it's the second year in the system. Not a lot changed when we switched, but it's still enough to kind of throw things off a little bit. But I thought Nate's done a good job handling the offense, getting everybody calmed down in the huddle. I thought as O-line we had more tempo, more rhythm a little bit, and just kind of understanding and kind of buying in a little more.
Are you feeling more comfortable now at center? You got a whole spring now.
Yeah, I am. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I know James Ferentz and Austin Blythe have been around practice quite a bit earlier on, so that helped a lot. But yeah, as far as just getting the rhythm down and kind of how fast things happen, I think it's been a lot more smoother coming forward.
So what Josh did last, was that motivation for you guys back there, knowing that anything's possible like that?
Yeah, I mean, the story of Josh, we've seen Josh for a long time, and he's always been working hard, so just the story of him working so hard to get to where he's been today, it's motivation for anybody playing football.
How have you guys developed as quarterbacks without him?
I think we've, because he showed us the way a little bit, so I think his guidance and his lessons has taught us a lot. So as a cornerback group without him, I think we're getting better slowly every day. Just a big name like that going down is hard, but we're just trying to learn from his example.
You got put in there last year, and especially early when Manny was suspended. What did you take out of last year? What type of growth do you think you got out of the season?
Yeah, I think I started my first game last year, and just starting your first game is always like a different scene than you would think. So going into this spring, I took the lessons I learned from last year, just made me better.
To help that build my game.
And then he also said that you're better. You've got some testing scores that are better than him, but he's like he was going to throw you around because he's still the older.
Yeah, I'll take what I can get, but he was really good. So I still got a lot of work to do if I'm to touch that. I just got to keep trying to get better. So.
Yeah. So how have you performed this spring? You feel like you've done what you needed to do to not only secure the job, but to do a good job?
Yeah, competition's going to go through camp for sure, but I think I had a pretty decent spring. Like assignment-wise, I felt a lot more comfortable and stuff, but fundamentally, I just got to keep trying to get better and do what I can do to be the best player I can. So.
Your brother give you any specific advice on how to carry on without him here?
I mean, not really. He helps me out when I have questions and stuff, so that helps a lot, and he's always there for me if I need him. So he's been around this spring because he's working out, so that's helped.
You heard
and spring games, spring practices. Come on, give me a little insight. What is it about it? 2 years in a row.
I don't know. I just try to do my job. You know, my interception, all the credit goes to Hooker. He was the one that made the play. I was in the right spot at the right time. Anytime we can create turnovers, get the ball back to our offense, you know, that's what we're trying to do as a defense.
What have you taken on since I didn't talk to you? How have you grown as a leader, and what have you taken on being the veteran? I know Amani played, Brandon's back there obviously as a leader, but not playing right now. What have you kind of grown into this spring?
I think something I try to focus on was my leadership, just being a vocal guy, bringing energy to practice, helping the young guys along who don't know the defense as well. And anytime we can, you know, create more leaders, that's something we try to do as well, get everybody to step up, everybody to lead. And that was something I tried to focus on all spring, and I'm going to continue going into the summer and fall camp.
What's been the area of growth as a defense that you've seen from the first spring practice to tonight?
I would just say communication. You know, we got a lot of new guys, 3 new guys, 4 new guys that are rotating at linebacker all spring, and making sure we're all on the same page, you know, doing our job, doing our 111th. That's going to be the biggest thing moving forward. And as long as everybody does their job, we can be a pretty good defense.
You know, it's hard to say. It's springtime. We've been going against our offense. You know, so that's an opponent we know pretty well, and I mean, we're going to have to find out. Basically, that's the answer. We're going to have to find out when it comes in fall camp, and then our first game, and then later in the season. I mean, we're going to have to show it on the field on game day.
How valuable is it to you to watch tape of yourself in the spring versus watching game tape last year?
Yeah, the spring tape is really valuable, especially on like detailing your techniques and just trying to improve yourself as a player. Because in the fall, especially during the season, in camp we detail ourselves, but during the season we're focused on opponents and focused on ourselves, and that's splitting time. But during spring we get to focus all of our attention on ourselves and improving.
Well, it's the first time since you've been in Iowa.
You're kind of, I don't know, inspired but encouraged by what Nick was able to do last year. It just seems like there's parallels between you and me.
Yeah, I mean, what Nick did last year was great. I mean,
I'm not saying you're to do that.
No, I know. That's all. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I'm really happy for him. I learn a lot from him every day. He's a great athlete, great receiver, great teammate. Yeah, I learned from him a lot, and I think we all kind of inspire each other in the receiver room. We all work together, you know, try to move it forward as a unit, not necessarily just looking at one guy to, you know, take us to the promised land, so to speak. I mean, it's kind of like a unit process. We all kind of count on each other to make each other better. And I mean, Coach talks a lot about accountability and holding each other accountable too. So that's a big part of it.
So you were here last spring, right?
I was no, I was not here last spring. Okay. I transferred in July, and I got here like right in the beginning of fall camp in the 2017 season.
So you were here in fall camp. Passing game was kind of struggling then. What kind of growth have you seen from the receiver group?
I think youth was kind of a thing last year. I think we're starting to really get comfortable as a unit. And last year I was learning a lot too, just like everybody else. And yeah, there's been constant improvement all spring, just guys getting comfortable, finding their roles. It's been a lot of fun to watch the unit grow, myself included. And yeah, looking forward to getting the summer workouts started and that type of stuff.
Coach Copeland said that it's easier to call you KG. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah. I absolutely get that a lot. And I mean, it has a nice touch to it. I mean, it's nothing long and hard to pronounce like my normal last name, Groeneweg, but at the same time, yeah, KG, my head instantly turns whether they're talking about me or not, because I'm so familiar with that name. Even my coaches in high school call me that. So I mean, it's been standing a long time.
You get your last name butchered a lot, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
As a kicker, with the amount of mental stuff that goes into it, being able to be here back on your own field in front of a crowd, not full capacity, but it's got to give you a different feel than just kicking in practice, right? Kicking in the stadium in front of a large audience.
100%. Honestly, this is just my opinion, but the older you get, you kind of enjoy that more. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun to kind of just go out there with the guys and hit some balls out there. But it's really different when you have like fans and it's kind of a game-like atmosphere and everyone's kind of excited and ready to go. It's just it's more fun, and like it's days like this that make you really just grateful for all the opportunities that you have here at Iowa. And like, you know, this is my last time around, and you know, that does kind of enter your mind, and just, you know, it's just another one, you know, thing you just got to enjoy, because you know, you don't get many of these, and they're really special moments, and some, you know, unbelievable things to experience.